I have a platform, I have a voice, so I must speak up.
Is the sheep preaching hate when he says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore? If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf the violent one? He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense. You know, somebody's knocking you over the head, stop them. Do whatever you have to do to stop them. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, now he's teaching hate. He's violent.
So you kind of see the injustice that's going on in this country, and it's frustrating. It really is frustrating as a black male to believe that any interaction that I have with the police could end in my death. It could end in me being beaten up and battered, or it could end with me being murdered. Like,
I didn't want to come, and I don't want to be here. I'm the son of an Atlanta City police officer. My cousin is an Atlanta City police officer, and my other cousin, East Point police officer. And I got a lot of love and respect for police officers, down to the original 8 police officers in Atlanta that even after becoming police had to dress in a YMCA because white officers didn't want to get dressed.
doesn't make any sense, especially because I firmly believe that this country is set up for people to succeed. It's tougher, much tougher for black people to succeed in this country, but I know it to be possible. But we are also being murdered at an alarming rate. So it's hard for me to juggle. It's hard for me to even process the fact that I could be super successful in life or I could be murdered. Either one of those possibilities are just as likely to me. And one takes a lot of hard work and dedication and time, and the other one takes nothing. It doesn't even require a mistake. It could just be absolutely anything. And it's hard to deal with that kind of reality. So I literally just cut the camera on to talk. I haven't even processed my thoughts yet, really, and sat down and talked to myself about it. I just cut the camera on and speaking from the heart. This country is literally burning down. Protesters have turned into rioters, and buildings are being burned, businesses are being burned, and I get it. I understand.
People are dying in a state of emergency. We cannot look at this as an isolated incident. The reason why buildings are burning are not just for our brother George Floyd. They're burning down because people here in Minnesota are saying to people in New York, to people in California, to people in Memphis, to people all across this nation, enough is enough. Yeah. And we are not responsible for the mental illness that has been inflicted upon our people by the American government, institutions, and those people who are in positions of power. I don't give a damn if they burn down Target, because Target should be on the streets with us, calling for the justice that our people deserve. Where was AutoZone at the time when Philando Castile was shot in a car, which is what they actually represent? Where were they? So if you are not coming to the people's defense, then don't challenge us when young people and other people who are frustrated and instigated by the people you pay. You are paying instigators to be among our people out there throwing rocks, breaking windows, and burning down buildings. And so young people are responding to that. They are enraged, and there's an easy way to stop it. Arrest the cops. Charge the cops. Charge all the cops. Not just arrest some of them, not just here in Minneapolis, charge them in every city across America where our people are being murdered. Charge them everywhere. That's the bottom line. Charge the cops. Do your job. Do what you say this country is supposed to be about, the land of the free for all. It has not been free for black people, and we are tired. Don't talk to us about looting. Y'all are the looters. America has looted black people. America looted the Native Americans when they first came here. So looting is what you do. We learned it from you. We learned violence from you. We learned violence from you. The violence was what we learned from you. So if you want us to do better, then damn it, you do better.
Do I agree with it? No, not necessarily. But I also understand the frustration of people, of black people, of white people. I understand the frustration. It's like something has to be done. It can't keep going like this. This shouldn't be America. We shouldn't have to live this way. It's honestly is frustrating. And I
watched a white officer assassinate a black man, and I know that tore your heart out. And I know it's crippling. And I have nothing positive to say in this moment because I don't want to be here. But I'm responsible to be here because it wasn't just Dr. King and people dressed nicely who marched and protested to progress this city and so many other cities. It was people like my grandmother, people like my aunts and uncles who were members of SCLC and NAACP, and in particular, Reverend James Orange, Mrs. Alice Johnson, and Reverend Love, who we just lost last year. So I'm duty bound to be here to simply say that it is your duty not to burn your own house down for anger with an enemy. It is your duty to fortify your own house so that you may be a house of refuge in times of organization. And now is the time to plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize. It is time to beat up prosecutors you don't like at the voting booth. It is time to hold mayoral offices accountable, chiefs and deputy chiefs. Atlanta is not perfect, but we're a lot better than we ever were, and we're a lot better than cities are. I'm mad as hell. I woke up wanting to see the world burn down yesterday because I'm tired of seeing black men die. He casually put his knee on a human being's neck for 9 minutes as he died like a zebra in the clutch of a lion's jaw. And we watch it like murder porn over and over again. So that's why children are burning to the ground. They don't know what else to do. And it is the responsibility of us to make this better right now. We don't want to see one officer charged. We want to see 4 officers prosecuted and sentenced. We don't want to see targets burning. We want to see the system that sets up for systemic racism burnt to the ground.
I don't know what America wants. I don't know how they expect us to process this information, these videos, and continue moving forward in life like everything is okay. The president talks reckless on social media. These videos, all of them, every last one of them, of an unarmed black man or woman, I've never seen any of them. I know the details of all of them, never seen any of them. Because I cannot invite that kind of energy, that kind of hatred, I can't invite that type of energy into my life, period. I cannot, that stuff is bad for my spirit. It will give me nightmares. I can't do it. I try my darndest to only process and receive positive information and energy. That's why my channel is the way it is, because I literally just study and process positive stuff. When this amount of negativity is going on in the country, it's hard to ignore. And I have to speak on it. And I hate it. I hate that I have to do this. I hate that we even have to protest these things. There should not continuously be cops killing innocent people. Period. That has to stop. And I don't know what I can do or what protesters can do, celebrities can do. I don't know what has to be done, but something has to change.
I think you'll find, sir, that there will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. Then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together. And this type of thinking also will bring an end to the brutality inflicted upon black people by white people. And it is the only thing that will bring an end to it. No federal court, state court, or city court will bring an end to it. It's something that the black man has to bring an end to himself.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I feel like in some way I had to speak about it. I do want to leave you guys with two principles that I kind of feel like will help us. And the first principle is, united we stand, divided we fall. And if we can't stand together as a country, then we have to stand together as a culture. And principle number two kind of piggybacks off of that. We have to support each other. And the reason why we have to support each other, we have to love each other, and we have to treat one another with respect at all times. If we don't support, love, and respect each other, they won't either.
You can't insist on black people integrating into white society and then call the cops on them every time they do. From a gym in Minneapolis to an apartment building in St. Louis to a park in New York City. It's not enough to be not racist. You have to be anti-racist. Lobbying and protesting for criminal justice reform does not only benefit black America or white America or Democrat America or Republican America. It benefits the United States of America. Look, I'm not saying we need to agree on every issue. We're an incredibly diverse country, both in culture and in ideas. But there is one issue which we cannot afford to be morally split on, and that's fighting racism and corrupt institutions, especially when innocent Americans are being killed under the knee of authority. There is no two sides to this story. There is no more information to come out. There is right and wrong. The choice is yours.